No, only like a very small portion is actually covering the...
You don't think enough to affect it?
Yeah, a little bit.
No, it just doesn't make sense.
Sorry. Hope I didn't hit you. Shit, my camera's getting wet.
It's not gonna rain that much. Does that panel look okay?
Yeah, it looks perfectly fine. It looks just as good as the other ones.
Should notice immediately. Help it or not.
All right, the rest I'm gonna have to get from under the pergola. But that was a lot of it that I was able to get. Oh, excuse me, sir.
Done with the ladder?
Yeah. I wanted to show you guys this wisteria vine growing on my pergola. This is a very pretty plant to be growing up here. It is deciduous, so in the summertime when you really need the shade, it fills out with its leaves. And then in wintertime, the leaves all drop and you don't really need the shade at that time because it's not really that hot here. And I'll show you the side of it where it's growing up here. It's basically wrapping around this post right here. Now I did have to train it to wrap like this. It didn't want to wrap originally. I had to train it and tie it up when it was younger so it would look like this. And it goes all the way down into the ground. I'll take another shot from the other side so you know what it looks like. But this is a very vigorous and hardy plant. It does excellent here in this location. And this is what the other side of it looks like. I mean, this thing is so strong, it's actually pulled in this supporting part of this rail here. It just pulled it right in. I mean, this thing is massive. I planted this, I believe it was maybe March of 19. So it's been in the ground about 5 years. And I wanted to show you guys this too. Here at the base, it's got these offshoots that it sends out. If you're not paying attention, these will go everywhere and just completely take over this area. I do think that they are invasive. So here they are. And normally what I do when I notice these is I just take my clippers and I clip them back. Here's one that actually got away. I did cut it off. I did cut it off maybe last year sometime, and I tried pulling on it and it wouldn't come out. So I thought that it was had taken root under the deck. So that was bad on me, but I didn't know any better. But now I do, so that won't be happening again. So here it is, and basically I just take my clippers. Doing this with my left hand, y'all, I'm not very good at it. And then I just clip them, just like that. And here's the other one, we'll clip that too. And one thing you do have to pay attention to is these will try to come back and make new sprouts all the time. So you do really have to be vigilant. I just try to come over here if I'm walking by and I'm not doing anything important that day. I'll just come over and take a look at it. If they're small, you can break them off like this. You just pop them off. But sometimes once they get longer, you actually will need to cut them with some clippers. All right, now I'm going to go up to the pergola and go ahead and start trimming this thing back. All right, so I'm ready to cut this thing back. I'm going to be using these clippers. They're pretty useful. I think that's all I need. I do have some bigger ones over here in the bucket if I need to use those. So basically what I do is I just take my ladder and I'm going to start on this side and move my way over as I work. Now this plant will get out of control if you let it. It's very vigorous and very hardy, and it will just take over this whole area, which I'm hoping it'll do that up here on the pergola. I do like the whole look of it, but we don't want it to get so out of control where it looks really messy. And it was starting to grow over the edge of my solar panels that are right over here. So I want to make sure that those continue to get as much sunlight as possible. I do not recommend doing this when you're home alone like I am now, guys, because any strong wind would blow me over, and it's probably not a good idea. So don't do this at home, y'all. Have somebody home with you, because if you're not paying attention or you don't really step firmly with your footing, you could fall. I'll get that stuff later. I have done this before, so I'm a little bit familiar with it. But if you haven't done it before, don't do this home alone, y'all. It's a dumb idea. I shouldn't even be doing it now, but I'm a bad role model. What can I say? Okay. Sometimes it just needs to get done, and I just want to get it done. And I do have gutters up here, and I do have that gutter guard thing, the leaf guard thing, but they are just completely covered with the leaves from this wisteria. I'm going to try to cut that back some. Maybe I'll put some music in here because I don't know how interesting this is for you guys. And if it's not interesting, I really don't want to be showing you. I want to show you some stuff that you are interested in. What you doing up there, Muffy? My cat's laying under the solar panel up here. I didn't even know she did that. I knew she went up on the roof, but I didn't realize she would be under the solar panel. But maybe it's cool under there. So along with trimming the wisteria, we're also cleaning the gutter guards. We're accomplishing all kinds of stuff today. Oh man, these are actually growing under the solar panel, y'all. And if I can give these a good cut, take off of that one, now they really won't grow under there. And I won't be able to get them now. They're pretty wound up under there. But at least they'll stop growing and I can pull them down maybe next year. I haven't trimmed these up since probably last year sometime, so it's my own fault that this is out of control like this. But if I did this more frequently, it wouldn't be this bad or this challenging to cut these back. So this is my bad. This won't be happening again, y'all. I assure you that much. And I want to get that one down. That's a pretty big one right there. Where is this growing from? Right there. You basically are just cutting off the branches that you don't want to grow in that specific area. This is not anything highly specialized or scientific methods or anything. This is just cutting back whatever you don't want to grow in this general area. I hope somebody finds this video useful. If you're finding this video useful, if you could leave me that information in the comments, I'd really appreciate it, because it'll help me make more videos that are valuable to you guys. And I don't know if this is valuable to you guys. So if you could let me know in the comments, I'd really appreciate it. Because if it's not valuable and nobody wants to see it, I won't be making anymore. Of course, I'll still have to come through and do this, but I won't be making a video showing that. So let me know, y'all. Just put it in the comments. Don't be shy. Wow. That one's a little out of control. And this is always fun, cleaning up the deck when I'm done, because there's just so much leaf litter. This is my drip line for my drippers that go to my hanging pots, so I don't have to worry about watering them every day. And sometimes it falls right here and looks really tacky, so I need to move that. Let's see if I can hook this up here in the gutter where it won't keep falling. Okay, that's better. All right, let's assess what we've done here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I still see one more growing over there and a few over here, so I'll take care of those now. We're basically done. But before I put all my stuff away and clean up after myself, I want to make sure I'm completely done. That way I don't have to do this again for another, I don't know, 6 months or so. Actually, probably the better time to do this, well, another good time to do this would be right after the flower has bloomed and all the flowers are set or are done. It'll go into like hyper overdrive grow time, and it'll just send out these long shoots out of just growing just vigorously. So the best time to cut it back would probably be after you have your flowers bloomed and they're done. Then go ahead and cut it back, and then probably again, like maybe around now in the year. It is now August, almost September. You could just trim again. That would probably be the best times to trim this thing. Because when you wait for over a year and then you cut it back, you deal with this, with it growing over your solar panels, and it just makes it a little bit challenging to tidy up. I would not recommend pruning in winter though, because it seems like these flowers are set on the older vines. So if you've got an old vine, you don't want to prune it back in wintertime, because you're gonna cut off all your flower buds or where the flowers would be blooming at. So don't cut it. Oh, there's the cat, Muffin. She was the one that was up under these panels. So yeah, don't cut it in wintertime. Just don't cut it in wintertime. That one was actually growing under the panel in between the edges of two. Okay. And then a few over here. I don't really know if I would plant this here again, if I could do it all over again. I'd probably plant something a little bit more useful, like a grape, or maybe something like that, maybe a kiwi. I think kiwis are vining. But I would not plant wisteria again. I mean, it is beautiful. It does have the purple flowers, don't get me wrong. It is really pretty, but I just don't know if I would plant it again. Hopefully y'all can still see me. And if not, I'll cut this part out of the video. All right, so finished trimming everything up. You can see clearly under there now. My solar panels aren't being blocked. And just the overall look of it, it just looks so much better with it being trimmed up. All right, so that'll conclude the video for today. I hope you guys really learned a lot and enjoyed the video. And if y'all have any questions or if y'all want to tell me anything, I am not the know-it-all about wisteria. I just know what I've experienced here. So if there's any information that you can give me related to this, I'd really appreciate it. Just put it in the comments. If you have any questions or anything I didn't clarify, anything that I need to clarify on, just let me know in the comments. So I'd really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to making more videos for you guys. See ya.